Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes. Welcome back, Utah fans.
I'm dying. That was bad timing. Start it over.
Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. This is James. This is Gary. And I'm Bryn. It's been a while. We're so happy to be here. It's the off season. There's not a lot going on, but hey, we've got stuff to talk about. First and foremost, we want to thank our sponsor, Thomas Orthodontics. Look him up at thomasortho.com, and I know that we're cooking up a little promotion that we're going to have.
I didn't know that.
Surrounding the spring games. So with Thomas Ortho. So
I might take that because my 7-year-old's teeth are coming in and they are janky.
So if you're needing some braces or things like that, make sure you're looking us up on social media, especially our Facebook group, because I think that's where we'll be posting most of that info. So that's coming up. First and foremost, we want to say congrats to Mark Harlan. He won a national award. It was a national award.
Yeah, it was a national award.
National Athletic Director. So, hey, that's sweet.
Pretty big deal.
And
yeah, congrats. It's cool.
I do want to say, yeah, this is Utah football, but we got to give shout outs to the Utah ski team. It was their 4th consecutive national title this year.
Yeah, suck it, Colorado. I don't even know if they
USC?
Yeah, USC.
USC ski team. Right. Yeah, I don't know if they even have one.
I'm going to guess no.
Probably not. Shout out to Utah Gymnastics, who won their 3rd Pac12 title in a row. 3rd in a row, which has never been done before, which was awesome. I wasn't expecting it this year. I will be honest with that.
Suck it, UCLA.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You got that one right.
Thanks.
And then shout out to the women's basketball team, who had an amazing season.
Good run.
Heartbreaking loss.
I know.
Last week. That was rough, but hey, it doesn't take away from the season that they had because it was great. So shout out to those teams. We've got some really awesome things going on with these Utah teams. And football is kind of sort of back.
It's back. I mean, it's spring ball. It's sweet.
They're over there
fun.
working out. You get to watch some content.
You can feel it.
It's back.
Back. I have nothing to add.
It's back. So where do you want to start, Gary?
Well, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. How about
Please
we'll start
subscribe, like,
Leave
share.
a comment.
Oh, and yeah, we were going to mention
Thumbs up too. Or give us a 5-star.
Give us thumbs up.
like.
Thumbs up or a like.
We are going to be looking for
Please.
some more sponsors for the upcoming season. So if you are interested in that, please get a hold of us. You can DM us, email us. All of our info's on all of our channels, things like that. So if that interests you, give us a shout out. All right.
Yeah. All right. Okay, with spring ball, let's be honest. Well, I'll be honest with we don't know anything, and hardly anybody really knows what goes on over there.
No, it's on purpose.
Like at the very end, I think all of the reporters and whatever can do interviews, but there's no cameras. There's nobody watching. There's no one really getting the info.
No,
particularly only after 1 week. So let's be honest about it. We don't know a lot at this point. A lot yet to be determined. But we ought to talk a little bit about spring ball, what we're thinking about. But maybe what we can do is Whitt has given an interview about spring ball and some of the positions and stuff like that. Maybe just listen to a few of his clips.
Okay.
Or a few clips of him and what he had to say, and then, we'll give our opinion on that. So
I will always listen to Coach Whitt.
Is there audio or is there video?
No.
Not on this.
Well, then
Not on this.
Just listen. You can picture him in your mind.
we'll just pull the
Oh
picture
my
of him.
gosh. Pull up a picture for Bryn to have a look
For
at
Bryn, I don't care about for Bryn. Let's go with
All right, so
let's go
here's
with Kyle.
Whitt. He's talking about,
Whittingham.
he's referencing the quarterbacks.
Long hair. There we go.
Yeah, that one's good. That was great.
All right.
Coach Whitt.
Go for it.
Okay, well, he's talking about the QBs and what's going on.
To be determined.
Will you give them all equal reps throughout this time?
No,
Or check it
no.
down?
Nate and Rose will get the most. We know what Brandon Barnes is. Bryson Barnes. He's a very good player for us. He's done good things, but we know, we have a big sample size on him. But we got to really hone in on Rose and Nate, see what they can do.
Okay. Of course,
That's
he
telling.
said some other things, but so Bryson Barnes is not going to get many reps. Nate Johnson and Rose. There you have it. They want to, and he said elsewhere they need to determine, of course, the pecking order. Of course, Cam is number one.
Yeah.
No question about it.
But Cam is not participating in
No,
spring
and
ball.
I've got his clip. He talks about
Okay.
that a little bit. But yeah, Cam's number one. He's not ready to go, and he wouldn't do it anyway. But so this is what's going on at spring ball is they're trying to figure out who the 2 and 3, 4.
Yeah, I mean, I like Bryson Barnes. I think the story of Bryson Barnes is incredible. I mean, obviously we all know the Rose Bowl situation, and then to come in this last year and play against Washington State and do what he did, keep our season on track. But he's so limited, you can't rely on it. And the flashes we saw from Nate Johnson last year were really, really, really exciting. So, I mean, it's kind of sad, but that's the nature of the beast. And thanks so much, but
Do you read anything into that
I read it heavily into
regarding Barnes?
that. Bryson Barnes is the QB.
I mean, he says we
three
have
now.
our sample size. They don't need to see anything
Yeah.
from him.
and that's true. But from what I saw from Nate Johnson, his upside is really high. And okay, Cam's the guy. Cam's number one. We don't know if Cam's going to be ready for week 1 or week 2. So there is a possibility we're going into the first 2 or 3 weeks of the season with
I
Nate
think
Johnson.
it's telling that if Bryson Barnes was the best guy, he would be getting the reps. I think it's telling that
I think
he's
so.
not getting those reps. Like, I know they've had a couple years with him, they've seen him play, but at the same time, if he was going to be the guy, he'd be the one getting all of the.
He would need the reps.
Well, yeah, because like you
He's-
said with Cam, we don't know. So
Yeah.
Personally, particularly after the Penn State game, and even watch him in the Washington State game. I know he was thrown in a tough situation, but his ceiling's there, and it's not good enough for me.
100%. His ceiling is very, very low.
I mean, he understands the offense. He's there. Whatever. I'm just saying.
Okay, look,
we need someone else. Okay.
There's no backup quarterback in the country that can be thrown into that situation against that defense, against Penn State, and going to succeed.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
that was a brutal
Oh, yeah, no,
situation
it's
for that
rough.
kid. But you've got to have a number 2 guy, and I think it's Nate Johnson.
So, okay, here's regarding free safety, because Isbell left us. He went
Yep.
into the portal. So there's somewhat of a
So a little bit of a void.
void, but this is how Whitt responded to it.
Dempsey is suddenly a pressing issue. What's the plan at free safety?
I wouldn't say it's a pressing issue. We still got a lot of depth and really good players there. Vaki and Cole Bishop and Nate Ritchie just come back off his mission. And John O'Hall, who's here, an early graduate from high school. So we should be in good shape there. And if we feel like we're not after spring, then there's always the portal to supplement what you got.
What has Nate Ritchie looked like coming off his mission during winter workouts?
It's been a slow process.
He goes on about Richie. He's not actually participating because he has some nagging injuries coming off of his.
Which is too bad
Mission.
because I'm very excited about Richie. He played that 1 year and then went on his mission. So coming back, I think he'll fill. It sucks. It always sucks to lose a guy, but I'm not worried.
You can hear it in his voice. He's not panicked whatsoever. I will say this before we move on. I read a couple articles though, and what people are saying. Of course, they say this every year, but the depth on the team is pretty solid. In fact,
yeah.
I was reading, ranking teams on recruits.
Yeah.
So Utah had a great recruiting
Yeah.
season this year, but then I looked at the portal stuff. Of course, Utah's portal thing wasn't that great. like Colorado and USC and a bunch of other people like this.
Colorado.
But then I read the summary of Utah though, and I can't remember all the specifics, but essentially what it was saying is, of course, the recruiting was great, but Utah only had a few holes to fill, and they went
and filled them
and got them. They didn't have to replenish a whole team.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. Utah has this culture going. So that's misleading when you looked at those numbers. That's how I read it.
Well, it's
I
that
found it
whole
interesting.
mentality. I mean, look, I'm not comparing Utah to Alabama, but
No.
but every single year they lose a couple guys, and then it's that whole reload mentality. You don't have to wipe everything away and bring in Colorado. You don't bring in
whole team.
35 guys. No, it's hey, we lost 4 or 5 seniors and 3 guys to the portal. Who's coming through? Okay, we'll add 2 or 3 guys to bolster it up, and then our recruiting class was the best we've ever had. So yeah, our depth is the best we've ever had.
Hearing everybody, and it just seems legit. So, okay, this is what he had to say about Cam.
In terms of just rehab timeline?
Yes, he has. There's been good progress so far. No setbacks. We're still really early into the process, but so far so good.
All right, that's all I wanted to hear.
So that's it. There's nothing more to say. It's no setbacks. It's on schedule. There we go.
All right.
And so hopefully he's ready to go when Florida shows up, so we can get some revenge and kick their butts.
Fingers crossed.
Then this is what he said about the offensive line.
Offensive line is down 2 starters. How you liking with the depth of competition at offensive line?
Really good depth in the O-line. That room has got plenty of able bodies. We've got 15, 16 scholarship guys that we think are really good, and we should come away with a solid 10 guys, that's ideal. If you can get 10 guys going in the season that you feel good about, then that's ideal.
As we came out here, Jaron was...
I love hearing that. He didn't say, well, yeah, we've got to bring a few guys in. We're a little lean here because we lost a couple of guys. We had to transfer, go to some school, an insignificant school. But it wasn't anything like that. He goes, we are deep.
We're deep, but I feel like, number one, in Jim Harding we trust, right? So I think they'll get it together. But I feel like every year the old line takes a couple of games to figure it out. And there's always this shift in, he was playing center, now he's playing guard or tackle, or like there's always these little shifts around.
For sure happened last year.
Yeah, until the week 8 where they really figure it out.
But there was injury involved in that.
And there's always going to be injury involved. So depth on the O-line is huge.
You don't win without a line.
You don't win.
O-line,
Well,
and
and
it sounds
when-
good.
When we
I
have
hope.
when we have Cam, we just don't know, it's going to be massive. That was your wife, by the way. It's going to be massive to have that O-line and that protection for Cam because we just don't know. And our running backs we have such depth there. So if we have a good O-line that can create those holes, it's going to be great.
And here is an interesting one. Someone asked, okay, I'll just let it. This is his answer to a question.
Oh. Okay.
I only say it because
Oh, I
you'll
wondered.
get it. You'll get it.
Okay.
Excitement was, it's what it's all about.
Is that Threepeat mentioned on day 1 of spring ball?
Absolutely, it was mentioned in January. You bet. Yeah, when we
Damn
first
right.
came back from the break, and nobody's done that since the Pac-12's been around for the last 15 years or whatever it's been, and that's
Might as well
one
be
of
the
our
first.
objectives this next season.
With that free safety spot, would you ever consider moving any?
So think about. I read a guy
Jeez.
somewhere on, I can't remember which of our sites it was, but he was against talking about it. Don't worry about it. Move on. That's not the focus. And I'm saying, and I thought, that's stupid. Well, here's Whitt right up front. No, yeah, we've talked about it. We're
It's the
going for a
goal.
three-peat.
Well, yeah, their goal is always to win the Pac-12. So
I think it's fantastic.
you're going to talk about it because that's always the goal they talk about. And if you win it, that's 3 times in a row.
I love, though, that he just kind of throws out there that it's like, I don't know, however long the Pac-12's been around, like he doesn't know. This guy is the most detail-oriented person you've ever met in your life.
He knows everything.
He probably goes, this league's been around 12 years, 13 days, and 4 hours. Like, he probably knows. And to just be like, I don't know, 15 years, whatever. Oh.
I like the openness. I like that.
That's the course. That's the
Of course,
goal.
it's the goal to win it, but you know how some people try to, well, it's every game. It's game, the first game, the second game. We'll
all
see how
we're focused on right now is
we'll see
Florida.
how it just plays out
Well,
at the
he
end.
does that too.
Yes, but that's why I find this
The goal is to win the
refreshing.
Pac-12.
We want a three-peat. No one's ever done it. We want to be it. I love it. Well done. Well said. I'm on board with that stuff. Because we're going to do it. How about that?
Jeez.
Okay. And then one final regarding the portal. Because
Is this one where someone asks a question and then he answers the question?
yeah.
Okay.
It's an answer to a question.
Okay.
Oh, see that?
You doing this? What is that? I don't know what that is.
Children over here.
I'm
You
new
see
to
this
that.
one finger of mine is all disjointed? You see that?
What
That's
is
a
wrong
basketball-
with your finger?
That's a basketball injury.
Oh yeah, Bryn. My sister cut my finger off when I was 2 years old.
On purpose.
Look at that. Can you see that?
Okay.
Not on
Okay.
purpose. That is alleged.
Right in the doorway. Cut it right off. And I've never
You know
forgave
what?
her.
You were probably being a little prick.
Yeah, that's
And
for sure. I bet he
I
was.
mean, that's 100% for sure. So what's she supposed to do?
Sorry, I got her back. I sliced
All
her- I
right, here
sliced
we
her
go.
ear off.
This is regarding the portal, which again opens up after spring ball.
Liable to help out position groups that might be deficient.
Do you anticipate any roster adjustments after spring?
Oh yeah, there's going to
Yeah.
be guys
Duh.
going to the portal. There's no doubt about it. And
Maybe the other way coming though.
and maybe coming exactly, and I'd be shocked if there's not 4 to 6 coming and going. I mean, that's just how football is now. And as I've said before, sometimes it's a positive to have a guy move on and get to a school and a level of ball that maybe is more conducive to what his skill set is. It's good for him, good for us.
I apologize. Now that you've been through
It's a weird time though. Like you've gone through spring ball. It's a weird time to then be bringing people in, but
I was just thinking that the portal feels like it's always open.
it's always open. I
No,
swear.
I mean, I know it's not, but it feels like there's so many points of the year that it's open that it just feels like it's
well,
always
here's
open.
how I see it. The reason why, and I think it's crap most of the time, is that so you have spring ball with everybody. And so they're trying to fill who's going to, who's the ones, who's the twos, who's the threes.
Yeah.
So you're trying to find your place. And so what's going to happen is a player is going to find out, well, I'm number 2 in some cases, quarterbacks, or 3, and they go, well, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Can I just give some advice though
That's
to
what
the
goes on.
players that are listening? 'Cause I know they all listen.
They listen to us.
If you're the number 2 guy, I know it sucks. We've all been the number 2 guy. Stay. Look at Cam Rising. Cam Rising went into that season as the number 2 quarterback. Okay? Sticks
Well,
around. He could have
that happens
transferred.
so many
I
times.
know,
I mean,
but
that
how,
happens all
no
the time.
one would have blamed him if he had said, I'm out, and transferred to Oklahoma State or whatever. Instead, he stays 2 games later. He's the man and a legend at this program.
True.
But you're right. I mean, I'm a 4th string running back. I'm never going to see the field. I might as well go play
Some
in
guys
Logan
may
or
want to
something.
go, and some guys talent.
I get it.
I mean, it was interesting to me where Whitt said that there's just some guys who their talent they'll be able to play somewhere else.
Yeah,
that'll find their spot because of their talent level, which is good for them, good for us because we can bring other people in.
Yep.
But also look at Jaquindon Jackson. I mean, he was a quarterback. And we've talked about this so many times. I feel like Whitt is notorious for doing that with guys, with taking them, switching their position because they're going to be the 3rd, 4th string or whatever, and then developing them. And that's happened numerous times with dudes that have then gone to the NFL. So I get it if you're going to transfer, and we benefit from it sometimes, but I also see a huge benefit in sticking around and still getting that development from this coaching staff that has a lot of experience doing that.
So anyway, spring ball, maybe we'll know a little bit more get some clues in the next couple of weeks, obviously. And then we have the spring game on April 22nd. But anyway, that's kind of where Whitt's coming from.
Let's hope there's not snow on the ground, please.
Or rain,
So
freaking rain.
Utah.
I'm sick of it.
Oh, it was like Christmas this morning. So annoying.
You know, I was in Florida last week, and it was 80 degrees, and I was golfing, and it was amazing. And I come back to Utah, and it's snowing.
like blizzard snow.
Like not just, blizzard.
It hasn't
So
stopped.
I might move to Florida. That's the
Okay.
moral of the story.
Goodbye.
All right.
I'll still zoom in for the podcast.
Nope, you're not invited anymore.
Fine, I'll start my own Florida Gators podcast.
You and Brendan.
Me and
Florida
Brendan.
fans.
Florida Gator fans.
Florida
but
football fans podcast.
They probably have like 17 of these.
Of different podcasts. Okay, we put it out there on social media. We asked you what questions you would like answered, so we're going to go through a bunch of these. And thank you for the response. We had a bunch. Some of these are really fun. I'll start off with tall guy. Tall, is that what we call him? Is that what we call you? Tall man? Tall? What do we call him?
Tall? I don't know. It's been like a year. I ran into him like 6 times this year, though.
You guys.
I know. No, we see him everywhere.
Okay, look, I think his name's Stetson.
Is that your name?
And if it is, comment. And Gary owes me a Mountain Dew.
Where? What? Why? What do you got?
Who? I? Where am I? Who? What day is it?
That doesn't sound familiar to me, though. I know we've met you like so many times. I apologize. Anyways, he wanted to know how old you were because he said that he thinks you're 101.
No, it didn't say it like that. He says, "What is Gary? 101 now?" Yeah, I'm still alive, still kicking, still
It
here.
looks great for 101.
I'm doing
Looks
great.
okay.
I'm actually 102, but it's, a couple joints are hurting, but I'm hanging in there. Freak, man.
All right, we'll start with, this is from Amy Shaw in our Facebook group, which if you want to join our Facebook group, Utah football fans, come join the conversation.
Yeah.
She wants to know
YouTube.
who we think will win that QB2 spot.
Nate Johnson.
It's Nate. I think it's Nate Johnson.
That's who I think's it this year.
I agree. I think from what we saw, the little flashes of him last year, I think he's going to be the guy.
Yeah, he's the guy.
Okay, this is from Rob Totten. Thanks, Rob. Again, from our Facebook group. What incoming player are you most excited to see this season? So either a freshman or
Which
a
one are you
transfer.
reading from? What about that one?
I'm not going to go in order. I'm mixing it up so that I don't read the same people just back to back to back. Just go with it.
Jeez.
His old brain can't.
I know, he's
handle
like
the
memorized.
My 101-year-old
Did you
brain.
memorize your answer so I'm messing you up?
Well, I just was looking at it.
No, I'm not
You're
going
going to get messed up. You're going to
No, I'm
forget
not.
something.
I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional.
Her 55-year-old brain can hold on to it.
55. Hey. All right.
I don't know.
What did you say?
What incoming player are you most excited to see this season? So either a freshman or a transfer.
God, there's a lot.
Let's see. So new players. Fano,
Yeah, he's getting a lot of
the
praise.
freshman,
A lot
D-end.
Of praise.
Getting some praise. So yeah, I'm looking forward. Hopefully he's healed up all the way. But
Is that Snowden kid?
That's
Is
who
he,
That's what I was going to say. He's going to be a freshman cornerback. I'm really looking forward to seeing if he can play.
and
as
there's
a freshman.
Battle. He came in. Last name Battle.
I'm
Corner.
I know he's not new, but I mentioned earlier Richie coming back from his mission. Really,
He's
excited.
good.
He's really good. So he's going to be a guy where you're like, is he new? No, he's been here. But I'm excited for him to.
But I must say, I'm looking forward to seeing. Well, maybe I think there is a question about running back, so I'll wait on that.
Okay, well, that's what I was looking
You
at.
can't jump to it now.
Yeah, well, that's what I was looking at. It's sort of that. What difference do you want to see this season?
No, there was one more. It was
And this is from Connor Benjamin from Instagram.
Answer the question.
So, like, what difference do you want to see this season? He said D-line pressure, running back consistency, what's something different you want to see this season than from last season?
I want to win the Rose Bowl.
or whatever major bowl we're in.
I mean, it's
when
comes
we're in the
down to-
playoffs.
To that simple for me.
No, I'm going to say, for me, I mean, you could say a number of things, but Utah is known for their running game, and our running game, because of injury and Thomas issues and all that stuff, I want to get back to Utah running the football and being a threat.
Beating people up.
Yeah. Consistently.
I want to see better wide receiver play.
Love that answer.
You know, we did struggle with it, and luckily we had Keithy when we had him. We had Kincaid to kind of fill those gaps, but our receivers just didn't have the best of years. I'd like to see that get better.
Well, and our receiving coach is gone.
Right.
So we got a new wide receiver coach. I that's a good answer. I'm with you. I think the inconsistent, and I watched some of these other games, and there's these schools have 3 wide receivers that just catch everything. I'd love to get to that level.
Yeah.
All right, this is from Eric Roberts from Facebook, and he asked if we have any plans to go to any away games this upcoming season. We haven't even really planned it out.
We
do. Yeah, I think USC probably.
Do we?
We're going to USC.
Oh.
Your buddy, Iowata.
Yeah, remember he's invited us.
Come on, man. You're going to get us some press credentials.
Oh, that game.
I'm going. I want to go, man.
I don't have any plans.
That's the game we're going to.
That's probably
we want to
the
go
one.
see Caleb cry again.
Pac-12 championship game.
Cheers.
USC, what happened?
That's why I'm going, baby.
That's okay.
Talk about a three-peat. That's the one I want.
Oh, God. No kidding.
It'd actually be 4 in a row to beat them.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be 4.
4-peat.
So as of right now, that looks like the one that we're going to. All right. Which ones do you want to answer in here? Okay, this one's kind of long.
Well, you see, you're getting lost. Go to...
No, I know what I'm doing. This is
I don't
from
know what you're doing.
Caden Christensen on Instagram. He says, I have a genuine question. I've been interacting with people that like other teams such as Oregon, Clemson, Oklahoma, etc. And they all very much underappreciate Utah as a team.
Well, they can suck it. So how's that?
What are some things I could say that would help them show what Utah has and how good they are? Don't just tell them to suck it. I mean, what are some things he could tell these people as to why Utah's so great? Coach Whittingham, there you go.
Okay, I'll give you mine, and then you add to it because I'm talking current.
Yeah.
So you just mentioned Whitt. So let's start at the top. Who's in charge? Who's the man? Who's the coach? Because that matters.
Kyle.
24/7 Sports has Whittingham number 8 coach in the nation. Okay, and so if you scroll and see the others, you know who they are. You got Kirby Smart, Nick Saban, Harbaugh, Dabo. Brian Kelly, which I disagree with on that. And then Ryan Day, Ohio State. And number 7.
No. Don't even. No.
The Whiner.
Crybaby. Don't,
And then number 8, you got Kyle Whittingham. So, okay.
That list is awesome except for the one.
All of the coaches in the country, that's the respect that the head coach of the University of Utah. Now, here's something maybe you haven't thought about. So the college football playoff rankings, to me, that's what that ranking there is the most important. Mm-hmm. Not the Associated Press, a bunch of writers who are biased from regions, and it's certainly not the coaches' polls because they don't vote anyway. It's some of their staff people. So that's out the door. It's the college football playoff and the rankings there. At least that's my opinion on that. But it's interesting, since the college football playoff started, and the poll with it, it's which teams, and the topic is teams with the most top 25 appearances in the college football poll.
Yeah.
Of all, so it's since 2014, which teams have been in there the most? There's 2 teams tied at 9 and 10, which is Michigan and Oklahoma State. Okay. You then have, at number 8 is LSU. Number 7, Utah.
Does it give a total, like how many times they've been in there? Because it's a ton.
So college football playoff rankings appearances 41. Our highest ranking has been number 5. So number 7 of all of the polls, number of times they've been on the poll, it's Utah at 7. And so the question, though, he talks about Oklahoma, Clemson, and others. So Utah's at 7. Georgia 6. Notre Dame 5. Let's see, Oklahoma 4. Clemson 3, Ohio State and
I'm guessing Bama.
Alabama have the same amount. So
weird.
that's the company that Utah is in. What has happened, and we have to acknowledge, is the hump we haven't got over.
Right.
Is if we win one of those Rose Bowls,
Yeah.
that would have taken us to a different tier. Look, for me, Utah, there's the top tier teams like we've mentioned before in the past.
Like 4 of them.
Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. I mean, Clemson's been in there, but they've kind of come out of it. I mean, Oklahoma's been in the college football playoff. Clemson has won it. You know, that kind of thing. Utah has not been there.
Right.
But we've been sniffing it a lot.
For the last 4 years.
Since the college football playoff came in, every year you can look, Utah has been progressive. So all I would say is this, is we've got one of the top coaches and obviously one of the top programs in the nation because of where we rank consistently in the college football playoff. We just need to get to that next step. So, yeah, absolutely we should be in that conversation.
I think my thought with this, Caden, to answer your question is, yeah, I mean, we don't have the history that a lot of these programs have. We're new. We're fairly new to this whole conversation. So I get that why you maybe don't think about Utah when you think of some of these teams, but these numbers don't lie. I mean, even though we haven't been around as long in this conversation, look what Utah has done in the last few years with kind of a level down of players. I mean, let's be honest. We haven't had the recruiting classes that these other teams have had, and yet we've been able to still hit these numbers with that. So Utah's kind of like that quiet team that's not really flashy, but we just keep moving up.
Yeah, but Utah's the team that people that know college football, I mean, Joel Klatt's of the world.
Absolutely.
I mean, he talks about Utah all the time. Utah is not a secret team to people in the know. Yeah, we're not the sexy team. We're not USC or, Oklahoma. We're these programs that have been around since 1940 playing. Okay, fine. But look at the last 4 years and look at the last 2 years.
The recent past.
The recent past. Utah back-to-back Pac-12 champs. That's not something that just happens. There are teams
back-to-back Rose Bowl.
There are teams that are in the Pac-12 right now that have never won a Pac whatever championship. Go look at Arizona, for example. It doesn't just happen. And the wins in those games, they beat the crap out of Oregon, who earlier in the year were ranked number 3. They beat the wheels off of
We beat them when they were 3.
Exactly. And then we beat the wheels off USC, who was slotted. We're going to the playoff.
To take all universe.
We're going to the playoff, people. We're going to the playoffs. I'm going to write on my fingernails. And then we'd go
Champions of the universe.
and beat them by what? Like 20-something points. So Utah is they're up and coming.
Happened?
And to your point, look at that list, the recruiting classes of those lists.
Oh, yeah.
It is probably 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 5,
we know
4 and
it
5.
is, yeah.
And then Utah's like 2 4-star guys, if we're lucky. Yeah. So it all goes back. The
numbers are there.
The numbers are there. It's just, hey.
On the national scene, they just
and
don't
if
get
they don't
the
get it,
promo.
they're stupid. They don't.
We got to get over that.
See, that's the hump. See, here's
That last little bit.
There are 9 schools. This is an interesting. This is off the NCAA website, and it's the 9 schools that have appeared in the CFP rankings the most without making the playoff. Okay,
That's gonna hurt. Are we number 1?
Utah's number 1,
and
that's the point. That's the point. When you go back, what were we 8 on
7?
7 or 8? Was it 7?
7.
7 on the college football playoff poll.
In how many times
But we have not got into the playoff.
To be fair, though, like Notre Dame on that list,
Yeah, okay.
and then they go into the playoff.
They've
and
had
get
it down, but
beat
they've
by 40
they've been,
points.
Okay, you can't criticize though their numbers. That's what it is.
I know. I'm just saying I hate them.
Okay, that's different.
It's got to happen.
Anyway,
one of these
those
years.
are a few things you can say.
Hopefully that
Next.
helps. Yeah. Okay. I like this question. This is from Peace, Love, and Utes on Twitter.
Peace, man.
Peace and love and Utes. Utah has a streak of 19 seasons with a pick 6.
That's crazy.
Who gets us to 20 this year, and who's the QB that throws it?
I like
who's
that.
going to be the one
Gosh.
to intercept it and run back for 6, and who's the QB that throws it?
It's going to be Cole Bishop with the pick 6. And
That was my
Penis threw it.
Penix. Cole Bishop was mine. I feel like he's due for that.
I'm such a child.
Well,
You are.
We already established
laughed,
that
though.
earlier.
Dude.
Cole Bishop, and I'm
Glenn.
saying
That's my Bishop.
I'm saying Florida game.
First game?
I have no idea who the quarterback is. Richardson's gone. I don't know who your quarterback is. I'm saying that game in Rice Eccles, pick 6, Cole Bishop to the
You
house.
got 20 seasons in a row.
That'd be so sweet. Who's yours?
It's Lander Barton.
That'd be sweet.
He's picking one.
That's a good one too. Okay, who's throwing
He's
it?
going to pick. Well, let's see.
Crybaby?
Crybaby
That's too
doesn't.
far in.
He doesn't throw some enough. He doesn't throw.
Yeah,
He doesn't throw a lot of picks.
I don't know.
Except
That's
to-
impossible.
Except to RJ Hubert.
Oh yeah, that was nice.
Hey, maybe Bo Nix will throw it to him.
Could be.
I mean, there's no way of.
Just answer the dang question.
Okay, Bo Nix.
Okay.
Oregon.
When do we play Oregon? No.
I don't even know.
No.
I don't think it's going to.
I like that question though.
It's a good question.
We better get to
I think
20. We're gonna get to 20.
It's going to be Reed. It's going to be a linebacker. I guarantee they're going to.
Are you changing your answer?
No,
then?
I'm saying that's
You
why
said Barton?
Barton's a linebacker.
Barton's a linebacker. I'm just saying it's going to be unexpected. He's not going to see the guy pick it off, go in for 20 yards, touchdown.
Like what?
Mark it.
It's like what Chase Hansen would do.
Yeah.
Oh, Chase Hansen.
All right.
He was a great one.
He was a great one. If you know what I mean.
All right. Well, this one, Jay Fulham on Instagram. What are your thoughts on the Pac-12 still not having a TV media deal?
We talked about this ad nauseum. It doesn't mean anything. Just don't read into it.
I'm annoyed.
I'm annoyed.
It doesn't
What
mean
the hell is
anything.
taking so long?
I think it's worrisome to me.
I'm annoyed.
Chill.
No.
Oh, do you know something?
I know things.
He has
You don't know
sources.
squat.
I know things.
He has sources just like everyone on
He
Twitter
does
has
it- yeah,
sources.
he's one of these Twitter geeks.
That's the thing. I am so sick and tired of every day someone has an article that, guess what I heard?
Okay, but that
I'm an expert.
Okay, but
I
you
have
know
a
who's
source.
okay. Shh. Calm thyself, in the words of Gary. Listen, the entirety of the contract's not up for another year, so they've got time. Okay, the other side of it is
we don't have time.
they have time. They're looking at, okay, what did the Big 12 just do? And the Big 12 is intentionally getting doofuses on Twitter to rile it up, to make it feel like the Pac-12's unstable. They want that.
You think
They
the Big 12
yes.
is purposefully doing that?
100%.
Who at the Big 12 would do that?
All of them. It benefits them if the Pac-12 folds. Then they can pick up the pieces and
do have a
bring schools
question.
on.
I do have a question.
Chill out. It's going to happen. It's going to be similar to what the Big 12's is going to be. I hope it's with like Amazon. I think that would be incredible. Amazon or Apple, one of those, that would be the mecca right there.
I do have a question though.
Okay. Hit me.
What did Utah ever do to UCF and Cincinnati?
They're-
Cincinnati?
They're child.
What did we ever do to you? I don't understand where this hatred's coming from.
Explain why you're having a coronary.
It's all over Twitter. All of a sudden,
There's like
Still
three-
doing it to this day?
UCF?
No.
No, it happened a few weeks ago, but we haven't recorded
Some
since then.
loser.
Yeah, but
agitated
like
him.
all of
got
a
a
sudden
complex.
they were all like jumping all over Utah and saying how
'Cause they're
much
jealous.
how much they hate
You're
us.
freaking jealous.
That's what it is.
You're jealous.
Green is a
Look.
ugly color on you, UCF.
I didn't even know UCF had a football program until like
I know, we've
2
never
months ago.
played.
Never talked about them once in my life. Never watched one of their games. I could not name a player from there. And all of a sudden I'm getting blown
Yeah,
up
why
by
did they come after us?
They were coming after Utah.
I didn't do anything.
Jealousy.
Yeah, you're jealous. And you're
Anyways.
about to go like 2-9. So good luck.
No, what it's going to be is that in a couple years, they're going to come to us and say, we're so sorry. We should have listened to you because that other team that just joined the Big 12, they're
was
really
obnoxious.
annoying. So we don't know what we were talking about.
Yeah, that team, that other.
We don't talk.
Okay, the only thing, one comment is okay. You say we have time. Okay, that's true, but I just get worried about a couple teams, multiple teams bolting and then screwing it all.
What I'm hearing, no teams are going to bolt until they know what the deal is. Why would you leave?
Okay, Mr. Insider.
I'm just telling you. Why would you leave? Why would you leave until you know? Because you can leave after. There's nothing saying that once the deal is signed that I can't bolt.
Yes, there is.
No, there's not. So what they'll do is if I'm Oregon, I'm sitting back and going, okay, I'm talking to these people. Then the deal comes through and you go, I like the deal. It's good. We're going to stay. Or that's crap. We're going to the Big Ten. No one's leaving yet.
Okay, well, I don't know if you saw this tweet from Harlan, but some guy from CBS Sports said, yeah, it's over. The Pac-12's done. The 4 teams are bolting into the Big 12.
I saw this.
And then Scott Mitchell and whoever the other doofus is on local radio, I'm sorry, and they said, yep,
it's over.
It's over. It's over. And then
burn it to the ground.
And Harlan tweeted, give me a break. I don't know how you want to read that.
No, I'll tell you how to read it. This guy on CBS Sports is just writing an article for clicks.
Everyone's just making stuff up.
Nobody knows it.
Nobody knows. That's the thing. I could write an article tomorrow.
Do it.
Someone's going to read it and freak
Utah
out.
Football Fans podcast. Ohio State is coming to the...
Yeah.
Ohio State and Michigan have decided to come.
My sources say Ohio State and Michigan coming to the Pac-12. There
Mark
you go.
it.
There's your soundbite. And in a week from now, it'll be
Alabama and Georgia are coming in 2 years to be part of the Pac-12. We're going to be the Pac-16. Mark it.
And
my sources, I'm hearing
UCLA is folding completely as a program.
UCLA.
There you go.
That one's more believable.
UCLA
you heard it first here.
Yeah,
I think that's what Mitchell said.
That's the same. It's the same thing. Nobody knows.
I will say though, San Diego State is making a great campaign to join the Pac-12 with this March Madness run.
Who cares?
Which, oh my gosh, I know you two don't.
Okay, move on.
No. I have
Move
to say
on.
this first for March Madness. This is why March Madness is so exciting. 3 of the teams have never been to the Final Four. 3 of them. What is that?
I don't know. I'm clapping. Who cares?
Oh my gosh, it's exciting. Go Owls.
Wow.
Cheering for the Owls.
San Diego.
No. San Diego
I know.
is the Aztecs. I'm cheering for the Owls. Florida Atlantic. Never heard of you before.
I will give you a map, and if you can point
continue.
to where
I don't know
Florida
where they
Atlantic-
are.
Atlantic?
So you've lost your place.
Florida. Did I say that wrong?
No, I did.
All right. Straight up 66 from Instagram asks, can Utah beat Florida without Cam? Let's clarify, we don't know if Cam will be ready, but if he's not ready, can we beat Florida?
Oh, yeah.
without
we're going to beat Florida.
I don't care who's playing quarterback.
We're beating Florida. Come on. It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot and humid and
No,
elevation.
it's not going to be hot. It's not going to be humid. It's going to be so hot and hot. And altitude, you're going to deal with it.
I'm going to
It's the
pump that up
altitude.
for like 2 months.
Actually, those things are actually true.
Actually,
The altitude is going to suck for you. Sorry.
But we're going to win.
We're gonna
Hey,
win. Nate Johnson playing
it's going to be
quarterback.
great, man.
It's going to be great.
All you our Florida fans, come on out. Thursday night, August 31st.
Oh, yeah.
Be here.
They did announce that. Since
We
last
will
time
be tailgating. Come on. Enjoy.
All right. We'll go to Rob Totten again from Facebook. What regular season game are you looking forward to most this season? Florida. Starting with Florida. It's the first one. I'm not looking past it. I'm going with Coach Whittingham mentality. Florida.
That's impossible to. You know what?
No,
Rob?
I got 2 answers.
Okay, we have a great schedule. So I'm looking forward to a lot of games.
It's a rough schedule.
I mean, honestly, I'm looking forward to Florida, Baylor, Oregon is massive. It's going to be fun because they're in Rice.
Baylor.
Rice Eccles is coming in into Rice Eccles. UCLA's coming in. Okay, but for me, it's still the USC game.
Yeah.
It's the USC game. I want to beat him again, man. I want to see him really cry this time.
So,
because
oh, that game is circled on their calendars.
Hell, that's going to be real.
Okay, so for me, number 1, Florida. Florida is coming to Rice Eccles Stadium. I mean, think about that. So a little statistic is this will be the first road non-conference game for Florida outside of the state of Florida since 1991.
Jeez.
They don't leave the state of Florida.
Get ready for the altitude.
Number 2, this is their first time that Florida has played west of the Mississippi
Oh my gosh, what is going on?
Since 1983.
Oh
gosh.
So
it's the year I was born.
They're playing Utah. It's amazing.
It is. It's cool.
And we're going to beat the crap out of them. We're going to beat them.
I'm glad Florida's coming. That's sweet.
Number 2.
I love it.
Obviously, everything you said. I can't wait for Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's true,
a good one.
man.
Wait.
That's a good
for
one.
the November's going to be cold. They're going to be 4-8, 4-7 coming in here. And Dion's going to be over there, and we're going to beat him by 40 points.
It's time. It's time.
It's time.
I want you to look at that person right next to you. Look it right in the eye and say, it's time.
It's time.
It's time.
It's so
Time.
hokey.
And then their coaches.
It's time.
Your life, the next 2 hours for what we're about to do. How you going to spend it, or are you going to waste it?
Okay, every football coach does this.
I'm going to run through a wall.
Come on.
I can't
I'm
wait.
with you. That's true.
Every football coach does
Hey, Pac-12 fans who do listen to us, look, even USC fans who probably hate our guts, but we can come together on this.
We're all coming
Do we
together.
not all want to kick the crap out of Colorado?
Yes.
Coming in, all this hype.
that. Shut them up.
I will
for
be
heaven's
cheering
sakes.
against Colorado in every single game. Because it's the
It's so freak,
I
man.
actually I respect what Dion's doing. I get it.
You're bringing it on yourself, though.
But you're bringing it on yourself.
Buffaloes.
Go Anus U. Beat Colorado.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's how much
That's how much you're cheering against them.
I'm just,
Wow,
I
you
just,
that game. I got that baby circled. I'll be there freezing my butt off with the rest of y'all. It's going to be so sweet. To lock up we'll be going to the Pac-12 championship game and they'll be 4-8.
All right, this one's from, I assume your name is Chris, because your Instagram handle's like Krigulenbaum.
what?
Gulenbaum. I don't know how to say that.
Is he ready to find bomb?
He asked if anyone has pulled the dead celeb TikTok prank on me by saying that Coach Whitt passed away.
No.
Why would you even say something like that? And I don't know what prank you're talking about.
Haven't you seen those all over
They're
social media?
hilarious. I'll
No.
be
They're
sitting here.
stupid.
and I'll
I'm
be
not
like,
on the TikTok.
It's not on TikTok. It's
He
garbage.
says it's a TikTok prank.
I've seen, yeah, but I've seen them on other
I've seen,
stuff.
they just are
Well,
like,
they
oh my gosh, I can't believe Donnie Osmond died, and then your mom cried.
There's a casket.
Oh, jeez.
It's-
no one
No.
has done that to me.
Haven't
and
no
no
one done
one
it to you?
No.
Okay.
Better do that to me. All right. Going back to Amy Shaw from Facebook. She asked what game traditions we wish they would bring back. Is there something well, I know what your answer is. You want the ute on the horse
That's
to,
it.
ride,
That's
to
it.
ride in.
I want
That's from like the 8. That's way
I want
far
the
back.
ute riding in on a horse with the full headdress, the spear, and ramming that thing into.
Why can't we do it?
Why not?
Florida
All
State
we have
does
to
it.
do, exactly. All we have to do is. I get the sensitivity, so we just have someone from the tribe do it. They'd love to do it.
Be so cool.
Honestly, that's what I want. After that, I would love to have the Falcon come back.
I did like the Falcon.
Except-
He flew away.
Yeah,
ended up at
it was
a
a one.
shutter
It was a
house.
one-timer.
Storm.
He ended up in 21st South, but I would love to have the Falcon.
Storm? Red? No, was that his name? Storm?
I don't
that's
know.
probably wrong. We've talked about this before, and someone told us. Rob, I think Rob told
I
us.
want them to bring back
The cannon's
Red
cool.
Thunder.
The drum.
Never bring that back.
I liked Red Thunder.
Oh no, it's terrible.
Hey, I've never
Terrible.
told this story on the podcast before. I had the most embarrassing moment of my life due to those
Oh, I
drums.
remember this. Yes.
So I'll tell it real quick. So, you know, they wheel the guys out. And they're on like the cart little thing with the drum, and the guys are they're sitting like this, and they got their arms folded.
Yeah, they were tough guys.
They're super cool, right? And I turn to my wife, and I go, yeah, that guy thinks he is so cool. Woman in front of me turns around and goes, that's my son. Oops. And I just go, oh, okay. There's no recovery from that.
Oh no, you were done.
You're done.
You were busted, dude.
I just,
You could have said a lot worse, though, to be honest.
I could have,
You
But
probably were.
yeah.
No. That's all I said. Knowing
You
me.
probably said other things leading up to it because they were band members.
I know.
You probably said something about the band,
Okay.
which we like the band.
we like the band.
The band does a lot.
Don't just assume these things of me. I made fun of her son, and eye contact this close.
Yeah, she turned her. I was sitting there.
You
there.
sitting right. That's my son.
We just.
I'm terribly sorry. I apologize.
So if you're listening, I'm really sorry about that. But he kind of was a little bit.
No, I don't like it.
You didn't like Red Thunder?
I'm
That was
kidding.
stupid.
Don't bring Red Thunder back.
The cannon. I think the cannon. I want the
I miss the
cannon
cannon.
back.
Bring the cannon back.
I loved the cannon. Every time we'd score, bring the cannon back. Get rid of the freaking light the cauldron and bring the cannon back. That's what we can say.
Bring the energy.
How many more of these do you want to do? We're running low on time. And
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
You had one that you wanted to ask.
I do?
Yeah, you sent it to us earlier.
Oh.
Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Okay. So this was making its rounds on Twitter, and I want to get your opinions. Barrett Sally, I don't know who this guy is. What is the best college football game you have ever attended in person?
Ooh.
I had to think about this.
Dang, man.
Okay, I'll say Rose Bowl against Ohio State. The reason I say that, I mean, Sugar Bowl is probably up there too because it was so unexpected. But Rose Bowl against Ohio State, if I took myself out of it as not a Utah fan,
was a hell of a football
if I'm
game.
just sitting home watching
That's
that
true.
Rose Bowl, that was a hell of a football game. And if you didn't really care who was, like, if you weren't invested in it, you just got to sit down and watch an amazing football game, back and forth, back and forth. The starting QB goes out for one of the teams. This backup dude comes in, throws a touchdown, ends on a field goal. Like, it was an amazing game. And then you add the element that it was Utah and we were there the first time.
Yeah.
I think that's probably my. There's a lot to choose from though. But
When JJ Watt is live tweeting the game because it's that you're going, okay, this is a pretty cool game.
that's probably mine.
That's a good one.
Okay, Geary.
So, yeah, I had to scroll through my mind
There's been some good ones.
of the good ones. That was one of them. The TCU game in 2008, we needed to win that game,
To stay undefeated.
stand defeated, which put us in the Sugar Bowl. The thing about that game, though, is it wasn't high scoring, and we really didn't do all that well, except at the last play of the game, we won the game. But It was cool. Beating Oregon that one night in Rice Eccles when they were third, that's when Covey ran it back that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously the Sugar Bowl, the Fiesta, all that stuff. But I'm still, for me, maybe it's just recent memory. But when USC was in Rice Eccles Stadium, it was the atmosphere of it. It was unbelievable, beautiful night. It was just electric. We were down the whole thing, hung in there, score the touchdown, and we don't play for the tie. We punch it in and win the game. I don't know, man. That place blew up.
Well, because that's
Do you remember the energy coming out of that place?
That's another one where if you just were sitting home and watching it, I mean, that was a hell of a game too.
That's
a good
what
one.
it is. But hey,
It's hard. The recency biasing, because that game is the first one that pops in my mind.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of it, I mean, you forget the pain that you're in at halftime. I'm sitting there like in depression.
I thought it was over.
I thought it's over. And then all of a sudden we come back and it was incredible. And
Last play of the game.
that was, in my opinion, the most electric Rice Eccles has ever been. I think the Covey punt return matches it for a single moment. But I went back. There's a guy, I can't remember who it was, on Twitter, posted that. They're USC trying to score. Place is shaking. And they actually, they zoom in on Caleb Williams' face. I'd never noticed before. And he's like, he's trying to compose himself. Because that place, he's literally going, because that place is shaking. So that's
insane.
my number two. For me, it's the Sugar Bowl. I never expected to win that game.
Nobody
It
expected
was
it.
75-25 Alabama fans. Bama fans were so nice because they thought they were going to kill
Yeah,
us.
because they thought
Roll Tide.
Oh, you cute little Roll Tide. Like, they're just so nice. And then we go out and Saban freaking out. I mean, we beat Dick Saban. It was great.
that was sweet.
That's my number one.
I like it.
Those are good ones.
So
I like it. One last thought. I want to get Bryn's before we bust out.
He's putting me on the spot.
I want to get Bryn's reaction.
Oh, is this when Lincoln Riley quotes and says he hates the...
What the F is this?
This is your buddy, Caleb Williams' Twitter page.
I'm going to follow him.
Look at this.
It says Superman. Does he think he's LeBron?
Superman.
I hate him even more.
Dude.
Here's my prediction.
And he's
saw,
walking the catwalk.
I saw that. Here, do you want my prediction right now?
I didn't see this.
You didn't see that? He was in some fashion show.
Of course, he's getting paid a ton of money. But and then
Okay,
if you go scroll through this, you want to vomit.
He's the USC
If you've got an upset stomach, want to get rid of it, go get on this page and listen to this dude. He is. I'm telling you what, man.
Go back to him walking. His hamstring looks pretty good.
Wow.
Any limp? Is there a limp there?
He healed up really well, didn't he?
No hamstring injury.
He is going to be a flop this year. There you go.
Oh.
That's my prediction. Because of all this garbage that he's focusing on.
I'm telling you, he's got to be careful. This celebrity garbage.
He's already a head case. We know that. And he's getting too big for his britches. He already was at the end of last season. And then he lost to Utah. And because he's unfocused, he's focusing on this celebrity crap. He's going to be a flop. There!
Yeah, he's already looking to the NFL. He wants to go to Miami.
Yeah, he's already saying what team he wants to go to.
I mean, look, I don't disagree. And
loser.
This guy's bank account probably has a couple $1 million sitting in it. So
that'd be nice.
I'm just saying, though, man.
It's hard to have that chip on your shoulder when you're the millionaire, cool guy in USC, Heisman Trophy. Man, it's gonna be great to beat him again.
That's what I'm saying, man. It's just you scroll through it and you just start dry heaving, man.
I can't. Oh, geez.
Okay, that's
All
a good
right.
way to end it.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Utah spring ball. We'll have something after the game, the spring game.
Yeah.
Then there's a little bit of a break. Hey, but you know what? Fall ball
goes right into it.
It's not that far out, and then we got Florida coming in.
Our first game's in August.
It's exciting.
So that's right.
We'll see
we're
you
like
at
2 weeks away from the season.
See you at the spring game. We'll be there.
Like I said, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there.
Go team.
Go Utes. How do you like that replica?
It's not as good as mine.
No, the full size, but that's still cool. Maybe you've got your Rose Bowl.
It rounds it out nicely.